Here we are in Hollywood. This used to be my neighborhood for over a decade. I hope it will be again. I thought it might be a good chance to reflect on my time as a film critic, which coming this August will be about 10 years. Behind me you can see the preparations for the Oscars, I think, which are going to happen in a couple of weeks. It is currently Friday the 13th of February 2009. It's almost midnight, 11:30. I officially became a film critic in August of 1999. It was a hell of a year for film. We had Being John Malkovich, Fight Club, The Matrix, Phantom Menace, South Park the movie. A lot of really, really good stuff. It was a really good year for film, and a really good year for film criticism, and we thought the future was wide open. People ask me today, oh, being a film critic, that sounds so awesome. How can I be one? Or how can my son be one? And my advice is don't. Or if you do, if you feel driven that hard, if it's something that's in you, find an outlet and just do it. Don't expect to make a living off of it, but maybe you'll get a following. Like, back in '99, I was doing zines. This was before the blogosphere. Zines were, it's a subset of magazines. You would photocopy these things yourself, and I'd put them out. And here's how much things have changed. I got all my friends to chip in to contribute stuff. And a couple of my friends at one point, they did a food review. And I told them, well, I don't have enough room in the next issue. I think I'm going to have this as a website exclusive. And they were furious at this because they thought that if it was on the web, it would have less readers than in print. And this is how far we've come. That has really changed. So yeah, I started doing movie reviews. My friend Jay did a zine called 8 Ball that was to promote her band 813. I asked her if I could be a movie critic in it, and she said yes. After a while I became frustrated. I was a bit of a control freak. I was like, why don't I know when this is coming out? Why don't I have control over that? So I thought, she can do it, I can do it. And I did it for about 4 weeks. And then all my artists who were contributing art, which is kind of essential for a zine, because no one wants to pick up something that's just text-based, they became unavailable. And I stopped. But then New Times LA that summer ran an ad, said film critic wanted. So I submitted my zines. And a few months later, they said, okay, you've made the finals, now we're going to test you. You have to write reviews of Lake Placid and Run Lola Run, which I did. I tried to write them more formally than I had been. And they sort of said, well, we felt you were kind of holding back in those reviews, were you? And I was like, yeah, a little bit, because I tend to write very conversationally. And so they said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you a chance. Could be we need an assistant to the arts editor. And you do these zines, you know, obviously have some editorial acumen, but you're not ready to do full film reviews yet, whereas this other guy we have is. The other guy was Gregory Weinkauf. And we both got hired pretty much together. So he got in the thing right away. And me, I did capsule reviews for a while. And I worked my way up. And by the time New Times LA went under, I was a pretty significant writer for the chain. I stayed on as the film editor for the company because reviews from LA were syndicated throughout the chain. And I became like one of the top 2 guys. It was me and Robert Wolonsky, ultimately. Then the merger with the Village Voice happened, and nowadays I review stuff like Hookers Inc. So I'm sort of back to where I started, but it's actually even less of a salary because as assistant arts editor I made $250 a week at least. 10 years. It's my 10th year as a critic. It might be my last. We'll see. We'll see where film criticism goes. It's interesting, that first year though, I didn't really take advantage of it as much as I should. My dad kept telling me, you know, you'll look back at these years as some of the best of your life. And I was like, shit, I hope not. I hope the rest of my life is better than this. Hope I get a girlfriend, hope I get to be an actor, hope I get to sell some scripts. I thought at the time, oh, being a film critic will be easier than being a screenwriter or an actor. The ironic thing is now, it's actually harder. There are more acting and screenwriting jobs than there are film critic jobs. I never would have thought it would get to that. But yeah, I didn't take as much advantage of my position early on as I should have. Should have gone to more parties. I should have gone to network a little more. It took me a long time to figure this stuff out. It usually does. I mean, look, in college, it took me till senior year to figure out that I was actually learning stuff that was interesting and useful, and that it was kind of fun to learn stuff. So, if I had college to do again, and I told this to my cousin Ming before she went into college, and I think she probably took it to heart because she really excelled in college, is starting freshman year, do as many things as you can, get involved in as many things as you can. You will make a lot of connections that way. And that's what you want to do. That's what college is kind of all about. That's the best thing that can come out of college, because, you know, I remember some of the movies I saw. I remember some of the film appreciation classes. I remember some of the more eccentric professors. But the only thing that stayed with me from college is the friends I've made. And that's really been all that's helped me. I don't know what to add to this at the moment, but are you loving the Hollywood Boulevard here in the background? Because I am. What I love about Hollywood is it's got everything. Have all these tourist traps, crazy tattoo places, homeless junkies, ethnic neighborhoods, a little bit of everything next to everything. I dig that. I don't actually go to any of these clubs, to be honest. I've never found it that interesting to pay money to go into a room where the music's too loud to talk to anybody and the drinks are really expensive. I'd rather invite people over to my place, drink at home. I wish more people would have that philosophy and invite me over a little bit more, frankly. I think we're done.